There are some horrible diseases which are unknown to you. These are sensual lust, anger, greed, worldly affection and pride, mind and materialism. These are sticking to your soul and are called spiritual diseases. Man does not come to know of these diseases when these attack him. For example, anybody grows angry suddenly when he becomes a victim of this disease. In anger, he turns to be a merciless beast. He becomes unable to differentiate between his own self and the alien. In this fit of anger, sometimes the individual may murder his own near and dear ones, and then would repent over it for the whole of his life. The time once lost cannot be recalled. The bondage of sexual lust and other sensual pleasures blind the individual, and he becomes incapable of realizing the actual relation with others. This sexual lust guides his thoughts in its tune, and such people commit terrible sins. The people are becoming more and more intolerant. Why it is so? It is because of the fact that they have fallen a prey to these 5 ailments. The tolerance or patience can be enhanced only by reciting the holy words, Naam, and that too by true Naam and not by hypocrisies. This Naam is not only a remedy for the internal diseases discussed above, but is also a soothing balm for the physical diseases which has been declared incurable by the doctors. It is so because God is the supreme power, for whom nothing is impossible. But it happens only to those individuals who recite the God's name devotedly. Their soul achieves salvation from the cycle of birth and death, becomes one with God, and merges into Him forever. In this modern age, man is becoming more and more busy in his worldly affairs, and as a consequence of which mental tension is also increasing. Sometimes the workload increases to such an extent that man goes half mad and repents over his miserable plight. This increased mental tension and burden, may it be due to overwork or enmity with others, sometimes compel the people to commit suicide or murder. Is there any device for getting mental peace and soul power? Yes, there is one. I am here to tell you about that in the satsang. I tell you as to which will provide you peace and power. The people who recite the Naam and seek God's shelter become able to cross the worldly obstacles and also the next ones which they have to face after death. These people would become one with God and merge into Him. You can take the example of Mirabai, a true devotee of God. She had to face great miseries. A poisonous snake, cobra, concealed in a closed box was sent to her, and the message conveyed to her was that the box contained a necklace worth 9 lakh rupees. It was sent by the king named Rana. The messenger took the box containing the cobra instead of a necklace to Mirabai. She knew no magic, but was lost in the devotion of her Satguru. When she was told that it was the order of king that she ought to wear that necklace, she at once obeyed and opened the box. What did she see? It was really a necklace worth 9 lakh rupees in the box instead of the cobra. King then thought of another plan to kill her by sending her a cup of some poisonous mixture through his messenger. The messenger told Meera Ji that her Satguru Ji had sent for her the holy water, Charnamrit, for her. On listening this, she did not waste even a single moment. She drank this cup of poison, and it really turned into the holy water. Think. Mirabai was a human being, and you are also like her. It means that God has not shut His doors for you, provided you remember Him with utmost devotion. You can also achieve her status only if you recite the sacred Naam and feel a gripping urge like her. This world appears meaningless when God's love becomes a part of your life. The tastes of tongue, the sensual pleasures and luxuries of this life appear fake and tasteless in comparison to the infinite pleasures hidden in the holy Naam. The great men say, "It is true that sugar, milk, ghee, honey, etc. are all sweet. The sensual pleasures and tastes of the tongue also acknowledge you with sweetness, but none of these things can compete the sweetness and taste prevalent in the name of God, it is millions of times more tasteful and sweet. Every soul which enters the human body and recites the God's words is not only respected here, but is also welcomed with the floral showers by the gods and goddesses, angels. They call this soul as great. Great. They feel surprised to see that this soul has achieved God while living in the country of Kaal, and that too in an age of vice. Such souls are welcomed everywhere and are jubilant all the time, here in this world and also in Sachkhand or Satlok.